What's up? What's up? What's up? This is actually Star Child for right here. Let me look at the lens. This is Star Child. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm starting like a new channel, whereas like I'm actually like just trying to like start off a new journey when it comes to like astrology. I'm actually like starting off this journey right here. I've realized that I have a big ass pressure in me that is trying to push me into astrology, because a part of me into like, whereas in this channel mostly I've been posting music. I've recently posted about photography also, but there is an interest to me. In fact, it started off as like me being a fan of astrology, like learning astrology since 2018, and ever since I've never stopped analyzing within me, just trying to get myself, to know more, about astrology. So this is a big part in me that is actually pushing me to really step out of my comfort zone and really be into my spiritual path, because this is becoming something that is it's a pressure. It's not even something that is in my control. It's sort of like something that is like pushing me to actually like, yo, you gotta really do this. Like, you gotta really do this. I should have done this for quite a long time now. This is like an introduction into like astrology right now. So I'm basically just gonna get the hang of myself, like just trying to actually get through, actually teaching, astrology, like guiding, and yes. But before I actually start, I would like to give a shout out to people on Facebook who've been pushing me to actually do this video, to actually start on this YouTube thing, because it has been something that I should have done, but I've been sort of trying to find my own individuality on how I can actually interpret this and do each and everything by my own, and interpret everything by my own. Of course, I've watched a little bit, like a whole lot of astrologers, like not even a little bit. I've watched a whole lot of astrologers just basically showing, and I've watched and I've like read a lot of astrology related information when it comes to this kind of subject, and I'm very much appreciative that a lot of people are actually getting into, like a lot of people right now actually are into astrology. So my purposes right now is to rectify that and actually get more, to inspire more people to actually get into knowing astrology and what it is. So before I even get into what astrology really is, I wrote notes so that I can, because this is like a professional video right now, right here. So I'm just trying to like make sure that I get like everything like professionally. I don't just ring around and just trying to do this. So what is astrology exactly? Well, to put it really simple, astrology is about the stars. It's us as beings actually observing and paying attention to what we are actually looking around and keeping track to what is actually going on around us, and not actually what is going on around us, rather than also what is going on within inside of ourselves, because we came here, right? We don't just have this body just for nothing, because one thing about astrology astrology, it is about the body, like your actual whole body. You know, your whole body it denotes like your astrological chart, like your head space is like the first house, your Aries, your throat is like Taurus, your shoulders like in Odex, like your hands and everything, that's Gemini, your heart space is Cancer, and then your solar plexus is like solar plexus is your Leo, going so forth and so forth. And your pelvic area is like it's like the Virgo area. So as much more as I'm going into this, I'm gonna go way much more deeper. But this is just like an introduction because I just wanna give like sort of like a table of content to me actually putting you through and what I'm actually going to talk about in future as more videos actually come up, because I want to make sure that you actually have an idea whenever I say certain things, so that you can know that okay, now I'm actually made this video. So yes, let's get into the time so that time doesn't actually run out of us. So yes, astrology is like about the stars. It's about the locations and spaces to where we actually come from. It's about we actually denoting all the stars within ourselves, because we are the stars ourselves. So we are actually trying to observe what is around us. The Bible does that, everything does that, everyone does that. We are all just trying to observe the world that is actually around us, so that we can actually know where we are at, and we can actually keep track where we come from, keep track the present, and then keep track of the future and what is about to come. So and not accurately, but peeping out the energy, vibrations and frequencies that are actually happening through this in this sort of in the location and space that we are in. So now the next thing, what is the purpose of astrology? Now the simplicity part of it, the simplicity part of being of learning of the purpose of astrology can easily be directed into saying like the purpose of astrology is learning about yourself, which is the very most true point out of all this. It is the very most true core point, because we are all just trying to learn about ourselves. But we are also, as I've said, we are also, the purpose of astrology is learning about life, because this is like life itself. But the way you walk, the way you talk, the way how you do things, the way of living, life itself is astrology. And we are all just trying to and we're all just trying to do this at a certain extent. It's just how you look at it. If ever you're looking at it in the spiritual level, you'll be able to actually get what I'm saying. But if you may be looking at it into the animalistic natures of actually what is actually going on, then you may not really get there. But each and every one of us actually knows, like we know because your spirit knows. So yes, now briefing through like into this purpose of astrology, I can go way more deeper than that. Because as a spirit, right, you are in as a spirit, you are in a body. Spirit is in a body. Your spirit is in a body. Spirit is no thing, no shape, no form. Shout out to Dolo for that. So whenever we actually noting those kind of things, those core things that are actually in that manner, because the one thing that I have to really say is that you are a spirit before the flesh. You are a spirit before anything in the body, because it's no thing. So whenever a spirit is in the body to actually experience itself, now now that you are actually here, now that you are actually like in the energy realm, in the physical form, whatever, and you got your soul, your individual spirit, because now you have the time and the memory of everything. This is where you get to see the connectivity that is actually happening between everything that is happening for what actually astrology really is about. Because, disclaimer, just to say so, whenever we're talking about spirit itself, it doesn't matter what natal alignment that you have. It all depends on how you utilize your chart. So I just wanted to make sure that is also cleared also, because this can actually give you a way more broader perspective on how to see that, okay, no, even if I may have the same sign as somebody else, it doesn't mean that we are all basically the same, because we are not the same. But the purpose of us, actually the purpose of now astrology, is to now be able to really understand that part, really understand everything that is actually happening whenever we're talking about astrology. Because whenever we're talking about, like, whenever I can just note now, when it comes to linking, linking the spirit, soul, and the body, mind, body, and soul. So, if ever I can denote that your ascendant is just your personality. Your ascendant is just like everything that is actually based on when you are not acting and when you are not reacting. So I can easily link like your ascendant to like your spirit basically. But in some ways it's not, but it's just like a link into some reference. See what I'm doing right there? I'm linking, I'm pointing a reference. You can actually understand what is actually going on right here. And then your soul, your mind, soul, all those four words, they are linked into your moon, which is another four word too. They are linked into your moon. So your moon sign, your moon is actually your moon, your mind, your soul, everything, the water, everything is like tied into it. So you are actually basically tricking off like in the memory, just trying to see memory-wise where it actually came from. So this is like the water realm, like this is like your yin realm, like straight. So and then when you actually going into your sun sign, this is where we are talking about how you push out these things, how you push out. It's like how you push out this energy, how you push off light, how you push out this energy, everything that is actually now it's something that you can see, but the sign is not really tied into the physical realm that much. You know, it's not really tied into the physical realm, but other than it's how you push, because fire burns through reality. So the whole purpose of that is to basically know yourself to the highest core and actually detach from the lower natures. Because I'm not gonna really, in this astrology videos, I'm not gonna try to tie anything regarding like the zodiac says. If let's say Cancer is ruled by the crab and all that, it's true, but always know, like as you are like a human, as you are in a spirit in the body of a human, know that whenever you came into this existence as a Cancer, you know that you are located in the heart space, in your heart chakra, straight. So yeah, that is it. Like, that is it. And then now I'm gonna briefly go through like the key things to know whenever we're talking about the element. Whenever we're talking about astrology, we got elements which are fire, water, and earth. Fire is just basically intuition, seeing, vision, on how to, it's feeling feeling and seeing. So it's feel, you see, you express. Water, you feel, you emotional, you feel, you soak in, and then you motion, reactions. And then whenever it comes to air, it's like thinking, it's logical, and then immediately it's communication. And then when it's earth, it's like it's thinking also, but thinking within in your mind, just to see if ever, hold on, is this right? And then boom, and then you practicalize with actions. So look at that square between earth and fire. So fire is also based on actions, but it's not just actions it's just actions based on practicality. It's actions based on expression, to which they burn through reality, so that you can actually see the fire, because you can now see where the fire is coming from. You can see this is the actual fire. You can see the existence that is actually happening with the fire. So straight. So, and then when you actually going into water, when it actually goes into water, it becomes emotionalizing, and then it becomes reacting. Sometimes it's communication, it's way of air and all that, but that's pretty much something like just new to get into, which is like if you may actually tell, the square of fire is like air, it is earth and water. The square of water is air and fire. The square of earth is like fire and air. And then there be opposites. You already know the opposites, what they actually entail. This is just to show you something. And then whenever we go into, you got air, I've already touched on elements. You got the planets. Now there's always going to be a planet that is home to a sign. There's always going to be a planet that is away to a sign. There's always going to be a planet that falls into a sign. And then there's always going to be a planet that is exalted in a sign. So when the planet is home, it means it's right at home, as it's actually, it's self-explanatory. When a planet is just at home, it's right there, where it belongs, like the way it belongs. Where when a planet is away, it's in a place oppositely to where it doesn't really belong, but you are in a place where you gotta do what you gotta do, basically. When your planet is exalted, it's in its highest dream place where it actually wants to do, like whatever, like whenever let's say I go out and then I go to the studio and all, everything it's just that. So like it's basically just to that point. And then like it's your highest most dream, like when when they say your dreams come true, that's it. When the planet is exalted, it's that, but you have to moderate your exaltation always. And then when the planet actually falls, then that's where we're talking about the planet is being asleep, or it's being basically not activated that much, but rather than it can either be too activated, or it can either be completely off, or in dreamland, like just sleep, as it actually says. So it's a when the planet falls, it becomes an energy where you really don't know how to deal with that energy that much, but it can go to extremes, but it can also go to like fall-offs until you learn how to maneuver through that energy, So I think I'm done for now. I'm gonna keep on uploading these videos. If you feel like you are actually like getting more interested, getting more in tune in more of these videos, then fine. You are with me and I'm with you. We're connected. You're just gonna basically do what you gotta do, and if ever you feel like subscribing you still need more understanding into who I actually am, because this is like a start. So do what you do, man. Do what you do. Otherwise, all love and peace on my side. Sweet.